My dear old thing, if fans stop me in the street when I don't want to be disturbed, I will put on my common voice and pretend I'm someone else.
Right, Henry, I think you should pretend you're at Lord's, and I want you to give me a bit of commentary.
In the common? Or the normal voice?
No, in his common voice.
In the common voice, yes.
My dear old thing, it's that's the Australian voice, isn't it?
Sorry, that'll do.
I'll tell you what, no, God bless, where's all? He's coming in from the pavilion end, God blimey, look at them strides, I tell you what, God, he bows and what boycott, he goes forward, God bless him. That's what I do when I go off my long run.
West Country now.
You are changing your accent throughout this.
Where did you go then? You went down to the West Country all of a sudden.
You didn't tell me where I had to go, and I want to make all your audience feel happy.
Do you get all your voice training from Wurzel Gummidge? When was the last time this happened, where you didn't want to be recognised?
Well, I tell you when I don't want to be recognised, when I'm eating. When I'm eating and drinking, having dinner.
In your own house? I mean, we've met your lovely wife tonight. If she recognised you, surely she deserves some sort of warmth from her husband.
I allow her to recognise me on alternate Tuesdays and on bank holidays.
So you don't...
No, of course not. She's wonderful and absolutely marvellous, and I wouldn't have a word said against her, and she's the best thing that ever happened to me. What was the question?
So when was the last time this happened?
The last time when I was eating outside in a restaurant.
When was this?
2 nights ago.
OK, where were you?
In Penzance.
Is that where you picked up the accent?
I had another one that night.
Oh, what did you do then?
I did a little bit of Welsh, I think. I had a very good friend.
Very good.
Henry, imagine that you're out in a restaurant now, you're having dinner with David Mitchell, what a treat. And I've spotted you, OK? So, Matt, you have your dinner, you and David, you're eating away, yes. Chatting, OK? Excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, sorry, David, I don't mean to bother you, but you're not that Henry Blofeld, the cricket commentator, are you?
Would you come again, old thing? I didn't quite get you.
Yes, you are, that's your voice. It's lovely to meet you. How are you? I can't believe it.
Oh, it's wonderful. God bless.
David Mitchell. I love the Peep Show. I really do. Not the later series, it dropped off a bit, but the early stuff, wonderful. Can I have a selfie, you don't mind, dear?
Darling, of course.
Lovely to meet you. A friend told me you always put on a different voice, but apparently you don't. Very nice. Lovely to meet you. So, what are you thinking, Lee's team? Clive, does this strike you as true?
I don't think it's true, because it was the flip-flopping between the accents that I thought was a little bit suspect.
Richard, what about you?
Well, in a very real sense, what is truth?
Well. No one's ever said that on this before.
I think it's a farrago of falsehood and a tissue of lies.
Should we say it's a lie?
You're going to say lie? OK.
Lie.
Henry, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It was a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Henry doesn't put on a common voice to avoid talking to fans.
I instructed Deliveroo to block my orders after my bacon sandwich addiction got out of hand.
Right. So how many bacon sandwiches were you getting?
When it really, really got bad, it was about 4 or 5 times a week.
I mean, just how posh are you where you're ordering out for bacon butties?
Where was the restaurant you were getting them from?
Well, actually, the most embarrassing part of it is that, you know, I can get a bacon sandwich a mere 45 seconds away from my front door.
Were they delivering from the place that was that close?
Yeah. OK, right, hear me out. There is no greater joy than a bacon sarnie in bed, right?
Oh, I can think of something. Pot noodle.
Deliveroo deliver to your bed?
Well, no, you have to remove yourself from said bed and go to the front door. But
Well,
it's
hang on,
easier
if it's that close, you must be halfway to the shop at that point.
Your bacon sarnie addiction consists of 4 or 5 a week, which is sort of less than 1 a day.
Oh, that's a lot, though.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot of bacon
It's not
sarnie.
an addiction, is it?
Well,
I mean, well, I've got a Weetabix addiction in that case.
Tell us about the bacon sandwich, Toff. Was it a bog standard one, or was it something a little bit special?
no, it's a classic. White bread, Tommy K, bacon, job done. Not
Tommy
toasted.
K, did you say? What does that mean?
Tomato ketchup.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you know that?
K was the name.
Tommy K, everyone knows what Tommy K
No,
is.
they don't. Don't
Yes,
get on the
I
kids'
knew what Tommy
bandwagon.
K was.
No, you didn't.
Even though I'm a man who prefers Bobby Brown, I did know what Tommy K was.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh, I did.
And would you order anything else with it, or was it just the bacon sandwich?
Well, it depends. If I'm feeling a bit fruity, I'd have an OJ, but...
Orange
Orange juice.
juice.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Would you maybe add a bob? Would you add a bob to it? Shut
God.
up. Would you add a bob? A B.O.B., bit of butter? Didn't you know that? Oh, you're so old, Grandad.
Why did you block the Deliveroo account? Why didn't you just stop ordering them?
I tried that. I tried just not ordering, but my willpower is quite obviously not good enough. So I emailed the Deliveroo HQ and basically asked them. I thought it was quite funny at the time, but then
how
they
did you
actually
word it?
blocked me. Hello, I've got a bacon sandwich addiction. Help, please block my account.
And did they get back to you?
No, but I then tried to order 2 days later and I couldn't log into my account. It's been reinstated since. I emailed again because it is actually quite annoying.
What did you do? What was the? How did you email? What was that?
Hello, I made an enormous mistake. Please, can I come back?
No, that was the email you sent to me.
Certainly did not.
What do you think, Ellie?
She's telling it well, but I don't think it's the truth.
Why?
Because, Lee, I think she's lying.
I think she's clearly insane. I think it's true. Absolutely true, 100%.
Lee?
Yeah, I'll say it's true.
You're going to say true. Toff. Truth or lie?
It is true. Yeah, it's true.
Yes, it's true. Toff really did have to block her own bacon sandwich orders.
I once chatted to an old man because I felt sorry for him, only to find out later he was a global megastar.
David's team.
Well, we have to know who the global mega
Yeah, who was he?
It's Steven Spielberg.
Where did you see Steven Spielberg and take pity on him?
The BAFTAs. I was doing the red carpet thing for BBC Three.
So had he stopped for an interview with you?
No, so I was, waiting for the next person to come up. It was Michael Fassbender. And I was, getting in the zone. And then I saw this, very refined, older gentleman standing there. And I thought he was maybe somebody's dad.
Wasn't there a lot of fuss around him because he is Steven Spielberg?
You'd think. He looked a little bit lost, and I thought, I'm just going to have a chat with him, because it could be my dad, and I'd want someone to have a chat with him.
Did you put the microphone there to have the chat with him?
No, I thought he was an old man.
A real-life
chatting.
chat.
So what
It
did
would be
you
an
say?
odd way if you saw somebody a bit lost and a bit old looking to go, are you lost? Are you lost?
So
Also,
you stepped away from the cameraman and the crew.
Yeah, so I had a bit of downtime.
Yeah.
There was a VT playing, whatever.
Yeah.
E.T.?
VT.
Oh.
That would have
Thought
been
they put one
ironic.
of his films on then.
No. So
What are you
anyway-
watching, old man? Hey, why is the monkey on the bike?
So what did you say to him, Angela?
I was like, is it your first time at the BAFTAs? And he said, no, actually, I've been a few times, but not for quite a while. And I was like, OK, maybe he's not somebody's dad. And I said, oh, OK, who are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
Oh, I thought you said who you're looking for.
No. Like, I just kept it loose, you know. Who do you want to win? Have you any favourites? It's been a strong year for film.
He actually said film. Do you work in the films yourself, mate?
How did it conclude?
And then I could feel the cameras coming towards us.
And they were like, interview him. Is that the idea?
No. Well, as in, I just kept going.
Because you saw the cameras?
Yeah.
So you did start to bring the microphone.
Yeah. When did the microphone?
Well, I was mic'd, so he could be picked up on my microphone.
Did you ask him to speak into your chest?
No. Similar height.
So why did you not think to use the handheld then?
Well, it would be a bit awkward if then I'm like, oh, he must be someone, can I have the microphone and keep talking to him?
Well, you must have known that he was someone
Yeah, obviously,
prominent.
but I can't ask him.
Would be a great last question in the interview. And just to sum up, who are you?
John, does it ring true to you? Could that happen?
I just think you...
Everyone knows
Everyone would know what Steven Spielberg... Was he wearing glasses?
I think so.
Are we playing Guess Who?
I can't believe that in the whole time you were chatting, nobody went past, said, hey, Steve, how are you doing? You know, and that maybe rang a bell.
But they thought we were having an interview, I suppose. And
But you didn't have a microphone or a camera, so why do they think that?
You are obsessed with this microphone, Gabby. She is not pitch-side with Dion Dublin. It's not important.
So what are you thinking, then? David, what about you?
We're going to go lie.
You're saying it's a lie.
I'm saying it's a lie.
Angela, Steven Spielberg on the red carpet. Truth or lie?
He's a lovely man.
I was ticked off by the headmaster after I mistakenly packed a pina colada in my daughter's lunchbox for a school trip.
Whoa. Wow. Oh, what did you think it was?
What did you think it was?
Well, they have these lovely, really lovely, like, frozen packs for the freezer, and you just take them out and squeeze them out. It's like a little frozen, but they really look juicy. I thought it was just a little juice.
Are you thinking of fruit shoots and things like that?
No. I'll tell you the name. Do you want to know the brand name of it?
Yes, I do.
Capri Sun.
Oh, the fruit drink in a pouch?
Delicious.
Love them. So why did you think that it was anything else? Because you were the one that bought it.
Yeah, because I just buy lots of stuff for the fridge. I just grabbed it because I'm not with it in the morning because I've been having pina coladas the night before.
What did the person at school... Did you get a telephone call or were you invited in?
Oh, I was invited in on this occasion.
What did they say?
Hello, your daughter's drunk.
Yeah.
No.
She has 6 months wasted again.
She didn't drink it. She knew right away what it was. It wasn't for her.
Did she report you?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a grass.
She's such a grass. She tells people, my mummy hides wine in the walls. But
In
that's
the walls?
a wine rack.
Oh, I see.
But they have a problem with me anyway.
Why?
Why?
They've met
Well, yeah, they've met me. That's number one. I do the school run in a bathrobe.
No.
Oh.
What?
One of those. Really?
You go to school in a bathrobe?
Yes, because...
What have you got under the bathrobe?
None of your business.
So, talk us through now. You've gone into the school. They've called you in to the headmaster or headmistress's office. What happens?
And they just said, I suppose you thought you were being funny. And I said, I'm sorry, what was funny? And they said, you know what you thought was funny. And I said, no, I really don't know.
They spoke to you like that, a parent?
Yeah. You should see my fresh look. They think I'm 16, that's the other problem.
Who does?
The faculty.
How sympathetic was this lighting? Was it sort of...
Don't you find that
We've been doing this show 11 years. That's the most catty thing that's ever been done.
So, Catherine, he says to you, what do you think you were doing? What happened then?
He had the pina colada in his desk drawer and said it's not funny to send your daughter on a school trip with alcohol.
Wow.
What do you think, truth or lie?
I could see her doing it.
Yes.
I really could see you doing it, Catherine.
Thanks.
But I think it's a lie.
So basically, you don't think this particular incident is true, but she possibly is an alcoholic.
I think it's most certainly a lie.
OK, well, my team seems to think it's a lie, so we'll say lie.
OK, Catherine, truth or lie?
Nah, it is a lie.
Oh.
Yes, it's a lie. Catherine didn't put a pina colada in her daughter's lunchbox.
I also went to the same resort and skinned a cheetah. I am wearing it tonight.
At the end of my first driving lesson, my instructor told me I'd done pretty well, but that I didn't need to make the noises of the car engine as I drove along.
Please, T.
OK, so what kind of noises would you make?
I find it very sort of reassuring to make noises in the car because I find it quite stressful driving. So on the first lesson, this is when it started, and I'd just go.
So you could replicate that if you change gear, you'd do what you just did there.
What's the reversing around a corner backwards noise?
I need to just get into the character, into the position. I go, And
would you
What's
make...
weird about that?
Would you make all the noises? Would you do indicators, for example?
No, let's not be silly.
Just to get to the nitty-gritty.
Yes.
Name of driving instructor, because I remember mine, Norman, and we ate Percy pigs.
I don't actually... Do you know what? I don't, because I had two, because the first one was a friend of my dad's, and he kept shouting, "Don't panic."
It wasn't Clive Dunn, was it?
I don't know that reference.
Who's Clive Dunn? Clive Dunn played...
Holy...
Clive Dunn played
You've
Corporal
just fallen
Jones in
into the
Dad's
generation
Army.
gap,
This audience actually oohed the fact that Joe didn't know who Clive... They were like, oh, you piece
Well,
of
you say they
work.
oohed, perhaps they were accelerating.
So what do you think, then, Lee? What is your team thinking about this?
Nikki, what do we think, then?
I reckon it might be the truth.
You think it's the
Yeah,
truth?
I'd say that. Do you, Miles?
I think just Joe is inherently believable, very trustworthy.
OK, well, we'll say it's the truth.
You're saying it's true. Joe, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
It says possession.
Now, first of all, read out the card, and then when you've done that, take the object and pop it on the desk.
I once bought a chest of drawers for my bedroom online. I realised I'd made a terrible mistake when this arrived.
David's team.
Is it a doll's house one, is it?
All the evidence is
it?
there, Mary. No, that's full size.
Yeah.
She's massive.
Sarah, on those things, when you buy online, they do have measurements. Did you not think to look at that?
I knew that with things like clothes and shoes. I didn't know some charlatans were making furniture this small.
So you think they were charlatans? They weren't just sincerely
They're
making
tricksters.
doll's house furniture. They were trying to pass off doll's house furniture as full-size furniture online.
Yes, that's what I think they're doing.
You weren't surprised by the comparatively inexpensive postage and packing?
No.
If out, put through letterbox.
Honestly, if you saw a picture of this just close...
It's massive!
How much was it, Sarah?
Yeah. £35.
So did you just think you were getting like a full-on bargain?
Very
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, but that's
right.
gone from a relative bargain to a lot to pay for that.
I was disappointed.
Do the drawers actually open and shut? Is it functional?
The thing is, Rob, in a way, it's just like a normal chest of
It really is,
drawers.
isn't it?
Oh.
Like, you can put stuff in there, it's just not big enough for my trousers and my...
Sarah, so do you normally buy online your furniture?
I've got this habit at the moment, Mary. I like to buy things when I'm drunk, and then it's a surprise.
Why did you not send it back?
Yes. Did you... Because you can, on these things, you can contact the seller, can't you? And you can
Do you know,
rate them or complain.
Can I be truly honest with you?
Please do.
Honestly,
How are you going to
Again, I love this. And I was too embarrassed to say that I hadn't checked the measurements.
Where do you keep it now?
I keep it in my kitchen.
Why?
Well, I like to put money in there.
How much? How much money can you get in there?
£1 in there.
Yeah.
£2 in there.
Yeah.
A rolled up fiver.
Yeah.
And then
Careful.
a 20 if I've had to get a cab a long way. It's good. It's good for spares. It's good for if you're tipping someone who's delivered you something.
A pound, 2 or 5.
Yeah.
Depending.
What if you want to do 3? That would kill me. That.
You just add the 1 to the 2.
£1 and a 2.
What do you think? Mary, what are you thinking?
It's a sweet story, Sarah, but I cannot believe you buy when you're drunk. So
What about you?
I think it's a lie, Sarah.
Ryland?
I disagree a little bit with Mary because I am a drunk buyer. I do like it late at
but I
night going,
believe
oh, I love something like that, but not a chest of drawers.
So what are you going to say, David, as captain of your team?
You think it's a lie?
I think it's a lie.
And, well, we're going to say lie.
It's got to be a lie, then. OK, Sarah.
Yep.
Truth or lie?
OK, I'm very relieved to tell you that it is true.
Oh! Yes, it's true. Sarah did buy a tiny chest of drawers by mistake.
For the past 15 years, I have performed my own dentistry.
David's team.
So...
Give us a big grin.
It could be true.
I know that you're implying I'm a bad dentist.
No, because even very, very, very good dentists sometimes get someone else to do their teeth. Right. And by sometimes, I, of course, mean always.
How do you do that? Like, do you... What do you do?
Yeah.
Well, no, the key to it is I don't do extractions. I haven't had to. I haven't.
Fillings?
I do fillings. I do fillings, crown replacement. I repair bridges. Specifically, I don't do, so don't ask, Stacey. I don't do implants. I don't do root canal.
Do you drill?
I do have a drill I use.
You have to do a filling. You've got to drill it out first, haven't
Exactly, yeah.
Do you use local anaesthetic?
Yeah. No need.
No need?
No need.
Why? Because it's not true?
The situation in my mouth is I have one very long piece of teeth, that white bit there. That's all one piece, yeah?
What?
One tooth. One piece. But made to look like many teeth.
Oh, I see. So that's false teeth.
Yes.
OK.
Either end of this, I have two what you call crowns, yeah? Right at the end. At the bottom, I have my own teeth here. As my dentist says, my bottom one's a poppadom colour, yeah? And my top one's a pillow rice.
So who said that?
My dentist.
So this was some time ago?
No. David,
15 years.
I perform my own dentistry.
Yeah.
There's no exclusivity there.
You still have a dentist,
yes,
but you just don't let him do all the stuff.
Yes.
Why is your mouth in such a state?
Because I used to have 17 sugars in a cup of coffee or tea.
17?
17, yes.
17 in a mug?
Yes. If I had 18, it's too sweet for me. So the crowns would come off. I'd go to the dentist, yeah? He'd charge me £400, yeah, to put them back in. And it's outrageous. And I heard this magic word. I heard him say to his dental nurse, Fuji-9. Yeah? Fuji-9. And I became aware that this Fuji-9, it's actually a luting cement, which means you can use it...
Are you sure he wasn't halfway through a Japanese football result?
You can actually use it... It mixed 1-to-1, the liquid and the powder, it's a cement, yeah? Mix 2-part liquid, then it becomes more malleable for fillings. I found a way via my TV work to get hold of some Fuji-9. Once you have Fuji-9, you are a dentist.
So what equipment do you have, then?
All I have is my Fuji-9 with its little orange spoon, with a bigger end and a littler end.
For the different amounts, depending on whether you want the 50-50 or the 2-to-1.
That's Fuji-9.
Yeah.
It's all done for you. It's done for you.
It's magic. It's magic.
And then
it's magic.
It's like the cement is softer than your teeth, yeah? So I have a leather maker's drill, yeah?
A leather maker's drill?
Yes, a leather maker's drill, because that has sanding fitments to grind it down. You've got to check your bite after you fix the crown. If you get it a bit wonky, your bite won't be right. So you have to file the Fuji down. Oh, that bite's nice now. That's nice.
Okay, but yes, the other thing you've got to check after doing your own dentistry is your mental health.
Do you not need one of those special lights?
Kitchen island. I've got a kitchen island. It's nice to have a kitchen island, isn't it? Yeah. And it has it's the only place with a big light over it. So my son has a PlayStation seat that's very low back, like that. So
PlayStation seat?
Yeah, it's a gamer's seat. And I put that on the kitchen island.
On the kitchen island?
Put it on the island?
Yeah.
So you're up high on the island?
Yes, because then that puts the lamp about there.
And so you're in a PlayStation gamer's seat.
Yes.
Balancing on... What's the surface of the kitchen island?
Do you know? I think it's Corian. It's very nice. Corian was originally what was used for autopsy surfaces. Again, so...
Are you doing your own autopsies at home as well?
Oh, what to say?
Bob, the dog's dead. Bring it in. Bring it in.
So, if I was to say this, the hardest thing is there's somewhere to hold the mirror.
I think the hardest thing is to sell the story, Bob.
I have the most curved Indian instrument called a samashi or something. And if I put it next to me on my gaming thing, the curve of it, it's like a flute thing. The curve of it goes there, and I can put my mirror there like that. Got the light there, game thing.
Sorry, you hang the mirror on the end of a curvaceous Indian musical instrument.
Yes.
But this is very specific.
So what's it going to be?
There's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
If he was trying to make this story plausible, why would he say the way I set up the mirror is that I tie it to the end of an Indian musical instrument?
Do you remember Bob being on this show before?
Yes, and it's always true. It's true about the masks in Castle Douglas. It was true about him being able to tear an apple apart with his bare hands. It was true about the game in the gardens.
Well, look, whether or not it's true, and we don't know yet, don't try it at home. I should say.
Do you ever do extractions, Bob?
I've never done an extraction.
Because I genuinely had an extraction yesterday, look. I see it out there.
Oh, they've not used Fuji.
All right, so what's it going to be?
I think it's true.
You think it's what?
I think it's true.
So, Bob, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is true.
I once stripped naked, then accidentally climbed into bed with my father-in-law.
WILTY.
Were you drunk?
Yes.
Was it his bed or was it a spare bed in your house?
It was our bedroom in our house, and they'd been babysitting. And so I noticed another presence in the bed, which I assumed to be my wife.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
a lovely thing to say about your wife.
Well,
sorry, love, it's just that you look like, you know, your dad.
It was dark. It was dark. She'd gone to bed before me, and she said, hey, watching telly, you know...
What were you watching, just out of interest?
I can't remember that.
What time was it?
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, probably repeats of this on Dave.
So this is your bed. Where were you then? Were on sofas downstairs?
No, we were in the spare room.
So oh, that's lovely. You've given up your superior bed for the in-laws.
Yeah.
Lee, what do you do when your in-laws come round?
I make up a really lovely, lovely bed with lovely silk sheets and a lovely thing and put that in the shed.
So you've come into bed, you think that your wife, she's gone ahead of you.
I thought she'd be spark out, you know.
Spark out in the bed.
Yeah, and I've often done this journey in the dark. So she's often in bed before me.
Yes,
and I know what to do. I can do it in the dark. Whip the clothes off, round the side of the bed, leap in, give her a snuggle.
Oh, did you give her a snuggle?
I went to give her a snuggle.
Oh, no, naked?
Naked.
Which way was he facing?
Thank God he was back the other way. I spooned him.
You spooned him?
Like that makes it better. I think it's worse.
I think you'd have to have done it both ways to know which is worse.
That's true.
Were you spooning in the way you spoon when you want to have a cuddle as you go to sleep? Or were you spooning in a way which was hoping to just nudge her awake?
Luckily...
There's a subtle difference between those two.
I know that subtle difference. But luckily, I wasn't quite that excited yet.
Yes!
No. Oh, my word. It's quick, though. I mean, honestly, I whip it back, the thing that I jump in, I go for the spoon, and as I'm sort of approaching the body in the bed, I hear John, and I literally flew out of bed. Ah! And then the lamp went on, and I'm trying to put my underpants back on.
Oh, you're completely naked?
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing. I'm trying to get my twisted, fell over. It was like a comedy. It was ridiculous.
Why would you go to the effort of trying to put your underpants on in front of them?
Because I was naked.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do it in front of them. This is right.
Just grab them and leave.
That's the sort of strategic decision you make when you're used to doing that. First time, you can very easily think, I both want to leave and dress myself, and make the mistake of trying to do the two things at once.
Yeah.
And what happened in terms of the father-in-law?
He was very, very lovely about it, and he went, one too many last night? And I went, yeah. And that was it.
What are you thinking? Is it striking you as true?
That's definitely possible. I believe he has issues with alcohol.
I'm going true.
You're saying true?
Yeah, yeah.
OK. I will go with my team and blame them.
You say it's true. OK. John, were you telling us the truth, or were you telling us a lie?
It is, in fact, sadly, true.
Oh. Yes, it's true. John did climb into bed naked with his father-in-law.
I once masterminded a daring heist on a campsite tuck shop.
David's team.
OK. Where was the campsite?
Hexham.
What did you steal? What did you take?
Jay, my memories of this are quite vague. I was only 15.
OK.
15.
You must still remember what you took,
Yes,
though,
but it's like picking bits of pollen off a mouse's handkerchief. So don't get all forensic on me.
Okay. Don't start asking him any questions,
Yeah,
all right? Just make your decision and move on.
We were invited to just believe
Can you
him.
just tell us what you do remember, Bob?
Not in general, about this story.
I remember...
I remember me and Jean. She was lovely.
Oh, my teeth fell out.
You remember that, don't you?
My teeth fell out. There was a lot
you remember
of wind.
waking up in Threshers? Don't you remember that?
So, it was Hexham.
It was Hexham.
And what sort of a campsite? Was it tents or caravans?
It was, no, dormitories, wooden.
Yeah.
It's coming back, wow. Yeah. It's amazing when you... And it was for gifted children for the summer.
Is that what they told you, Bob?
Yes. People there, interesting people with different gifts.
What was your gift?
And they were allowed to bring a friend?
There was... So there was people who were good at pottery, people good at art, people who were gifted at fencing, or...
We're all very curious to know, Bob. What were you good at?
I was there because of my special abilities at football.
And the camp wasn't just for children who were good at football, it was for children who were good at a wide range of things.
Gifted children.
Right.
So you were proposed by the school or the local authority. It was huts in a pine forest, a place where you could canoe, a place where you could pot. Yeah.
All boys?
All boys in my dorm. Yeah.
Do you remember any of them?
I was with Pork Chops Johnson. He was called that because he has a very thick layer of fat across his back. Because this is a criminal enterprise, I'm not using their real name.
Oh, of course, yeah. Was it Lamb Chop Jenkins?
John Jenkins, he just had a thin bone. And there was the mole.
The mole?
The mole, they're the two people that I carried out the heist with.
Why did you decide to do this heist?
Well, it was the evening.
Yeah.
And the nights had gotten quite long. There was a summer camp.
Winter was drawing in. For some reason, the gifted children hadn't been picked up. They're being left there to fend for themselves. See if among their gifts are foraging and surviving the cold.
Well, never a better equipped group of people to be abandoned. We had archers, potters, fencers.
Footballers, those are the key things you need. We can sort out the archery and the football, then we have a civilization.
We will survive. So, it was evening.
Yeah.
And there was a tuck shop there. Well, it was one of the huts. What we noticed, right, was that the tuck shop was on a slope, right? So there's an angle created, yeah? It's at an angle, I'm not very good at it. Say if a duck went quack. But not as the angle if it went fox! So about that, so we had this, so it had an end that was raised, and they'd filled that in with stones and soil. Right. So we went down there.
Oh, what happened?
Well, first off, of course, the mole removed the stones. And then Paul Chop Johnson, he slid in and with that magnificent back.
I would have thought he's the last person to be sliding through on. The man with the biggest back.
Above him is floorboards. Bang!
Oh, you mean he used his back to get the floorboards up?
Yeah, got one up. Then
is that when Smallhead Bob went through?
So he gets in.
He gets in. We heard an engine start up, so I gave out the cry, a warning. Whiffle.
What?
Whiffle. Go.
Right.
We went.
Yeah. So you heard somebody. So did you get anything?
Yes.
What did you get?
A box of cereal.
One packet of cereal.
What did you do with it after? Well, we ate it in the dorm with everyone in the dorm.
Oh, with everybody in the dorm.
Did you eat it dry?
Yes. Well, we put a bit of urine on it. Yes. We tried.
What do you think, David?
My instinct is it's not true, but it could be true. I mean, it's Bob.
I don't think it happened.
So you think it's a lie?
I'm going to go with Sue. I like the story, but I think it's a lie.
I think we're going to go lie.
You're going to say lie?
I'm braced. I'm braced for an odd experience.
So, Bob, was it the truth or was it a lie?
I was telling the truth.
I once stole the shirt off a scarecrow in order to get into a nightclub.
Leasty.
Wow. OK. Was you not wearing anything before you went to the nightclub?
Me?
Yeah.
T-shirt, you see.
OK.
Oh, well, they wouldn't let you in.
Yeah, but it is, it's all a bit more relaxed these days because the dress code isn't what it was back in the day.
What was the day? What year?
Back in the day, or when this happened.
Well...
It was early 2000s.
So early 2000s, you've gone to a nightclub. Where was this nightclub?
In Rochester.
Rochester is a town, right? And that's why it's got a nightclub in it. And scarecrows don't really tend to be used in towns because there aren't any massive fields.
Thank you, Miss Martin.
So when did you find out you needed a shirt to get in the club? Did you go to the club?
When the bouncer said, you ain't coming in.
Right, and then you walked back to the scarecrow to get the shirt?
I walked back to the allotment.
This is very high-level play.
This is like chess, isn't it, between Sean and Joe?
Take that, Moriarty.
Do you live in Rochester?
No.
So how did you know there was an allotment in Rochester near the nightclub?
I lived near it then.
Oh, I see.
It's like fencing, isn't it?
But then again, if you lived in Rochester, why didn't you just go home and get a shirt?
Oh, this gets better and better. Oh. Checkmate.
No. I was born in Chatham, but brought up in Maidstone. But my uncle lived in Rochester, and it was one of the allotments on his patch, so I knew where the allotments were. Apropos to the nightclub.
Miss Brown, back to you.
Can I ask, earlier
Yes,
you said you had a T-shirt and trainers and jeans on.
Yes.
And you thought it was a relaxed club, but then you went to the club and they said you need a shirt, but you're not allowed in a club with trainers on.
OK. The bouncer was a
Can
big...
I just say, Sean, you're the kind of person that every time you speak, you always sound like you're going to start it with, I'd like to change my story.
But is that the impression I'm just giving you?
For the sake of the tape, the accused has walked into the room.
The bouncer was a massive fan of EastEnders and was quite embarrassed at turning me away. So I think when he saw the effort I'd made... Because I was already 8 pints to the wind, so when he saw the effort I'd made, I think he just couldn't bear turning me away again.
OK.
What do you think, Joe? Could this be true?
I think he'd have had a better time if he'd popped down the graveyard. I think there's a lot of anomalies in it.
This is what I think. A man who knows exactly where an allotment is because he knows the town so well knows you can't get into the nightclub without collars. And for that reason, Sean, we find you guilty.
So what's he saying, Lee? You think it's a lie, don't
Lie.
You think it's a lie?
you? You think it's a lie? You all
Yeah.
think it's a lie?
We all think it's a lie.
Sean, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
It's a lie. Sean didn't steal a shirt from a scarecrow.
The police once surrounded my house after I set off an alarm in my bikini bottoms.
David's team.
Interesting. Interesting location for the alarm. What was the alarm that you set off and how did you set
It was the house alarms. I was actually ironing in the garden with my bikini on, and I had the remote control for the alarms tucked down my bikini.
Let me stop you there. I could have sworn you said you were ironing in the garden in your bikini.
Yes.
It's a classic domestic scene.
I love that commitment to ironing. I haven't ironed anything since the late 90s, but it's very good.
We can tell, Lucy.
Yeah.
When was this, Debbie?
Oh, quite a few years ago now.
And in your bikini bottoms was the remote control
Yeah.
for what?
That set off the house alarms.
For the burglar alarm?
Yes.
Essentially.
So I don't know what you call them.
A panic button.
Like a panic button, yeah.
I think if I was in the garden in a bikini ironing, I'd feel very vulnerable because there's a lot of flesh, isn't there, in the iron? You know how easy the phone rings and you do that? Did you not
to be
feel...
honest, if you're gonna smash the iron into your head, it doesn't matter whether you're wearing a bikini or the uniform of the Chelsea pensioners, you're still gonna get burnt.
So what happened when you pressed the alarm? Who was alerted and what did
Right,
they do?
so I didn't know because it doesn't set the alarms off. It just rings the police. And so 15 policemen came round the corner.
They shouted, no, start with the collar, then the sleeves.
I never tried it again, so I don't know.
How did they react? Did they see the funny side?
Yes.
No, she wasn't facing them.
I'm so sorry.
I know that's rude, but I can't quite figure out why. OK, well, I mean, it's elaborate, it's odd, it's unusual. Is it true?
In my younger days as a sun worshipper, I would do anything outdoors. When you're young and you want a tan, you just do anything.
What do you think?
Oh, I think... Wow. You know you had to make quicker decisions on the football pitch.
I think that's true.
You think it's true?
I think
you think it's true? We think it's true.
They think it's true. Debbie, truth or lie?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Debbie did once set off an alarm that was in her bikini bottoms.
I once spent a pleasant afternoon riding around topless
on a motorbike.
These two. Hang on. Where were you going on this motorbike?
That is the last question I'd have thought.
Very practical.
Wow.
Yes, he's
We've got different angles, me and you, haven't we?
Indeed, yes.
Who were you with?
A friend.
Was he riding in you at the back or the other way around?
I beg your pardon?
What was the man's name, Esme?
It was Phil.
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 And what relationship were you to Phil?
He was my boyfriend.
So he was your boyfriend. When was this?
I
mean, just give us an approximation.
Oh, decades ago.
How many decades?
Oh, no.
No what?
Don't make us say that.
All right, which century?
The last century.
Is that worse? Is that worse?
Definitely worse.
I'm no good at these things. What about...
He's a very, very rude man.
What's he wearing?
I don't remember.
Well, let me rephrase the question. Did he have anything out?
Well, he had his arms out.
Can you first of all tell us why you decided to go to... Was it just because you were being devil-may-care?
Well, I'd been sunbathing.
Really?
Right.
Right.
In my knickers.
Just your knickers?
Well, no, actually, I had a scarf tied around my top.
Oh, and then you
Right.
took that off on the motorbike. That's very dangerous.
Did it... Oh,
Could have got caught in the wheels.
I'll tell you what, if my idea earlier would have been that Phil had something out, he could have caught that in the wheels, couldn't he?
I don't know who this Phil is, but he's very impressive. You should never have dumped him.
So you are lying, sunbathing, and he suggests, why don't we go for a spin on the bike?
Yep.
You jump on the back of the bike, and at this point, you've got the improvised bra thing on. So when you start riding, it's on. At what point in the journey did you decide to get rid of the scarf? And where did you put it?
Well, what happened is, because we were going so fast, the scarf fell round my waist.
If you were holding on to him, I guess. So you weren't in a position to put it back on?
No.
And how long did this last?
About 45 minutes, an
45
hour.
minutes? Where was this in the world?
Surrey.
Oh. I know Surrey well. Whereabouts in Surrey?
I think it was called Bug Hill.
Right.
Do you know Bug Hill?
Yeah.
Oh, OK.
I'll never forget, it's where I once saw a topless motorbike.
So I suppose, in a way, though, they're not totally exposed to the elements.
How big are they?
Well, I don't know.
So it's a very windy day if they're out there.
Tell you that...
Not very nice.
You were doing the size of them.
I wasn't going like...
You were doing this?
They weren't... I was actually gesturing. I don't know how big the scarf was. I don't know about these matters.
What are you thinking, Vicky?
I think it's true.
You think it's true
as
well?
I think she's a wild child.
I really enjoyed it. It felt like an episode of Heartbeat.
It did a bit, didn't it? Yeah.
I'm going to go with my team. If both my team members say it's
Well,
true.
it was my gut feeling.
OK, so you're saying that it's true.
OK.
Esme, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It was true.
It's Aston.
A bodyguard once rushed me to safety after a fan went to extreme lengths to get into my hotel room.
Oh, this is ringing bells with you, Lee. Off you go.
What was the extreme lengths this fan went to?
Basically, we unloaded our suitcases off the tour bus and she had got herself into a suitcase and planted it.
Was she called Mrs. Houdini? What are you talking about?
Obviously, she's like someone must have put her there.
Was it zipped up?
I think so.
So I'm picturing it more like Scooby-Doo, like a potato sack tied with rope, and it's sort of moving. And I say, whose bag's this? And she said, no one, just take it to Austin's room.
Was it a woman or a man?
Oh, no, we were told it was a girl.
So you never saw this girl?
Might you have packed her in the previous hotel? You know, it's a bit of a crazy night and you're packing your stuff, and the next thing you know, she turns up at the next Premier Inn.
Yeah, no.
Did you get any description of this girl?
She was all right, apparently, but that was...
What are you thinking, Michaela?
I'm thinking it's probably true. I mean,
Yeah.
fans do crazy things, don't they?
Ah, it's hard, isn't it? I think it might be true.
I think it might be a lie, but I'm going to go
Well,
with
I'm going to change my mind and go with you then.
No, we can't do that. If you say true and you say true and I go, well, I think it's a lie, but we'll go true, I'm covered
captain,
both
though,
ways,
right?
aren't I? But this way now...
You're on this every week. You don't get Greg Wallace tasting a meal and going, I don't know, what do you think of it?
In that case, we're going to say it's a lie.
You say it's a lie. Aston, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It's true.
I recently ended up in A&E after attempting to use a sledgehammer to crack a nut.
These two. Right. First of all, what type of nut was it?
A walnut.
Of course.
A walnut. Did you use the floor or the wall?
I used a bit of kitchen surface.
What is your work surface made from?
Well, at home...
No, in your shed. What is your kitchen work surface made from in your kitchen?
It's a sort of... It's... I don't really know.
OK.
Why did you have a sledgehammer in the kitchen?
Well, it was... But the... I didn't.
Oh, so it's
this-
not true?
This didn't happen.
Oh, OK.
Crazy.
Wow, we broke in quickly tonight, didn't we?
This didn't happen at my house.
Where did it happen?
At my parents'
So
house.
why were you trying to describe your house when you were talking about the
Because
work
he kept
surface?
asking me about my own work surface. I'm just trying to be as helpful as possible.
OK, can you tell us the colour of the kitchen surface in your parents' house?
Brown.
Brown. Was it
Brown?
Is it a wooden...
No, it's
Did
a-
it look like a tree, but flat?
I don't know what it's made of, but it's...
Is it Formica?
Might be Formica.
Wooden Formica.
Formica.
Your parents have got wooden Formica tabletops. Why don't you use your television money and treat them, you
So there's a walnut in your parents' house.
There
you,
is.
for whatever reason, maybe hunger, want to open it.
Yeah.
There's a sledgehammer.
Why is the sledgehammer in your mum and dad, apart from the fact that you knew you were coming round?
I had to go and find the sledgehammer.
Where was it in
It
the
was in
end?
the garage.
Right.
We couldn't find any nutcrackers.
Well, your parents...
We
your parents were witnessing this?
Yes, I wasn't on my own in my parents' house, smashing away at my hand like a maniac.
It seems to me that on the evolutionary scale between nutcracker and sledgehammer, there are some other things you might find lying about the house. I wouldn't...
Well, and 3 shattered iPads later, I found the
Who was there, by the way, in this? Who was witnessing this?
There were... my parents were there, my brother, his wife, my wife.
Peter Gabriel. David's not going to get that joke. Do you want me to explain? Are you all right with that, David?
Sledgehammer.
Oh, sledgehammer! Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'll rephrase that. Rob and David aren't going to get this joke.
I have no idea, but there wasn't anyone called Peter Gabriel.
OK, now, we know that this story ends with you in accident and emergency.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, I'd cracked a few nuts with this sledgehammer, and then maybe I got a bit cocky.
Oh.
And I, and I left my thumb in the way.
Oh no!
And it was carnage.
Sorry, there's a really... The thumb. Can we have a look? All right.
No.
When was this before we looked? This Christmas, just gone.
It was this Christmas, yes.
So they should look pretty bad, this, though.
Well,
shouldn't they?
It was, well,
What happened? Was it...
You'll find there's absolutely no visible scar. And neither is there on that one.
What a credit to our National Health Service, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone was absolutely marvellous.
It's weird.
One might almost say miraculous.
Did they say any bones were broken in your thumb?
They X-rayed it, and fortunately not. They said, in a few months, you won't be able to tell this has happened.
Of course. In essence. Hey, they were right. No. They were spot on.
All right, what are you thinking, Lee? Has this been the truth, or has he made it up?
There's bits of it, but...
Well, the bits that are true are that he's got thumbs.
I believed everything until we looked at his thumbs.
And there's nothing
And
there.
then I was like, that man not only has not hit himself in the thumb with a sledgehammer, but I don't think he's picked up anything in weeks.
You think a lie, don't you?
I would say that it's a lie.
You say it's a lie. David, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie.
I missed Kanye West's entire set at Glastonbury because I was trapped in my sleeping bag.
Please, team.
When you say trapped in your sleeping bag, I'm picturing a sleeping bag as something you can just sort of... If it doesn't unzip, you just crawl out the big end at the end. The head end. What's it called? The hole?
The orifice.
The orifice.
I just call it the orifice of rest.
Yeah.
It was one of these sleeping bags where you can zip up your whole...
Oh, your head was in it?
Yeah,
so you had
yeah.
just your little face showing?
Well, no.
That's a sort of CSI use that kind of sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Where does the
All right.
zip go on the sleeping bag?
So it's like you zip up and then...
And all the way down?
Yeah, but then it comes to a point.
So you've gone in, you've zipped all the way down, up and down.
I'd basically got in, and at some point, I'd got, like, a piece of material caught in the zip.
Did
and
you
then
feel
the worst
it?
part about it was...
You were suffocating to death.
the worst part about it was that everyone went to Kanye, and so my screams were, you know, no one could hear me.
They thought
shout.
you were just very enthusiastic
Yeah.
about Kanye West.
Yeah, they were like... I was like, no, please. They're like, yeah.
Were you sharing this tent with someone?
Yeah. It was like a big teepee.
How many of you were in the big teepee?
7.
7.
Odd number?
Did you not think to just sort of crawl out to the sort of...
Oh, actually wiggle out.
Yeah. Why don't you crawl...
Kanye, like a caterpillar.
Why don't you crawl to the front flap and ask for help?
I didn't think of that.
You didn't think? How long were you in there for?
I don't know, it was quite comfortable, ultimately.
So, is the real truth of this story is that you woke up and thought, I can't be bothered, and went back to sleep again?
So what do you think, Lee? Is he telling the truth?
I find it hard to believe that there is a sleeping bag that exists that zips up all the way around.
It's a weird way to zip.
Guys,
all the way around.
Yeah.
Lee, you're sitting there and saying you don't think it's possible
I don't
to get a
think you
sleeping
can.
bag
Oh, no.
with a zip that goes all the way around.
No, you're missing the
staggered
point.
by this.
Why can you not get a sleeping bag that zips all the way up the side, goes over the head, and then just stops about here? What's the benefit of it going all the way down to the bottom?
Warmth.
Are you absolutely insane? How does that make it warmer than it goes
Because
all...
heat stays in.
No, but
It stays in my version because there's no gap at the side. The zip goes up the side. It goes at the top. You open it like a book, but the bit in the middle is joined together. You get in like a little sandwich maker. It closes up again. You pop your head out the faceless coffin, and then you zip it from the inside like that. This doesn't need to go.
Pointless conversation.
Is everyone following my version?
Imagine you're in a...
No, we've got to move on now, Rob.
Imagine you're in
Are we saying it's the truth or a lie?
I'm saying it's a lie.
We're saying it's the truth.
I think it's true.
We're saying it's truth.
Right, you're in a tent, right?
Truth. Is it truth or a lie?
Don't you do anything without I am in charge of this.
Press the button,
You do it, that's it, you don't win anything.
Jordan. Don't listen to him. Press the button. Is it truth or a lie?
Don't you dare. Lee, zip it.
All the way round or just halfway?
What are you saying, Lee?
It is...
Not yet.
No, he won't. He'll go berserk.
I'm
His only role is to say when to press the button.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
I think it's true.
Then we go true.
You're going to say true. Jordan, was it the truth or was it a lie?
You can press it now.
No. You don't tell him when to press it.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
No, that's not how it works.
Rob, I wasn't telling him. It's
Right,
fine.
you wait. I'm going back. I'm going to tell you again.
Oh, it's a lie, sorry.
At home, if I need to remember to do something, I will put my slippers on the wrong feet and won't swap them back until I've done it.
David's team.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
guess I think we can go straight to an answer.
So, John, was it the truth? Wait a minute.
So you put your slippers on the wrong feet to remind you that you've got something to do?
Yes.
As like a knot in the handkerchief?
Yes, I stopped carrying a handkerchief around the house in sort of the mid-19th century.
Yeah. I still carry a handkerchief. I won't get it out because, of course, it's encrusted with snot.
Hi, girls.
You not just use your phone and put an alarm on or something?
You'll spot the generation gap here. Look.
I quite often set an alarm on my phone. I've got an alarm set on my phone now to remind me to put the bins out later.
Yeah, but that's kind of different to what Aston's doing. Yours is sort of an early onset tactic, isn't it?
I love the way you leant forward, so happy then as well. I set an alarm on my phone.
Let's go back to Mr. Cool with his shoes on the wrong feet. What sort of thing would you use it to remind yourself to do?
Well, we have moved house recently, so I very often
Remind yourself not to go back to the old house.
I'll be unpacking something and I'll think, oh, I'll put that picture up and I'll go up to get a hammer from the hammer room. And then on the way up, I'll see something else that needs doing. I'll think, oh, I'll put that washing away. And then by the time I'm putting the washing away, I've forgotten about the picture.
Paint a picture for the viewers who are wondering what sort of slippers you wear.
They're a sort of blue... They're a sort of corduroy slipper, David, you would like. I mean, they're almost sort of... They look the same. It's just sometimes I put them on the wrong way by accident, and I think, what have I got to do? And I think, oh, no, I've just put them on the wrong foot.
What are you thinking, David's team?
What do you think?
I would say it's true.
Yeah, I think it's a good system.
It's so plausible, isn't it?
I'm going to adopt this. I'm thinking of swapping my shoes now to make sure I don't forget about the bins later.
So, John, truth or lie?
It is a lie. I was once dumped on an aeroplane.
I have just signed a publishing deal for my gritty debut crime novel featuring the exploits of detective duo Nice and Spicy.
Is it hyphenated Nice and Spicy?
Oh, no, there's a duo. One is called Nice, Jeremy Nice.
Did you think there was only one of them called Nice and Spicy? Hello, I'm Detective Inspector Nice and Spicy.
Detective Inspector Nice and Spicy and his partner, who has no name at all.
It's a duo. Jeremy Nice, Ian Spicy.
So you sat down with a blank piece of paper and you came up with Nice and Spicy.
Well, there's a backstory, because
OK.
Jeremy, when it starts, he's quite sad because the person he worked with, Mark Cheap, died.
So it used to be Nice and Cheap?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What sort of men are they, Miles?
Well, Jeremy is incredibly tall and Ian is incredibly short.
Right.
And that means they're one of the few people on their force that are given a police car with a sunroof.
Have you written a book before?
Yeah.
What was your other book called?
Other books.
How many books have you written?
Well, this is the third. So the two, if you want me to do all the maths for you.
What?
Presumably you do.
It's funny, isn't it? Because a lot of people with an Oxbridge education, they can come across as condescending and a little bit... And yet you somehow carry off beautifully, Miles.
This is because I don't have an
It's
Oxbridge
funny.
education.
Because a lot of... Oh, you don't have an Oxbridge education? What do you have?
Just an accent.
And what's this one called again?
It's called Blood in the Water.
Oh.
What's the plot of Blood in the Water?
Well, I'll tell you how it begins. I'm not
Nasty urinary tract infection.
No, I don't want to tell you too much of the plot. That's
Oh,
the whole
okay.
point of a whodunit.
Don't worry, I'm not buying it.
Or I'll say
In fact, I've got a feeling nobody's buying it.
So, what do you think?
Definitely. I think it's a lie, Annika. Do you think it's a lie?
I think it's a lie, personally.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Liz?
I think it's a lie.
I'll say a lie.
Right, Miles, it sounded lovely. Was it true or was it a lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Miles hasn't written a novel about the detective duo Nice and Spicy.
I recently ended up in A&E after attempting to use a sledgehammer to crack a nut.
These two. Right. First of all, what type of nut was it?
A walnut.
Of course.
A walnut. Did you use the floor or the wall?
I used a bit of kitchen surface.
What is your work surface made from?
Well, at home...
No. In your shed. What is your kitchen work surface made from in your kitchen?
It's a sort of... It's... I don't really know.
OK.
Why did you have a sledgehammer in the kitchen?
Well, it was... But the... I didn't.
Oh. So it's not true?
This didn't happen.
Oh, OK.
Easy.
Wow, we broke in quickly tonight, didn't we?
This didn't happen at my house.
Where did it happen?
At my parents' house.
Why were you trying to describe your house when you were talking about the
Because
work
he
surface?
kept asking me about my own work surface. I'm just trying to be as helpful as possible.
OK, can you tell us the colour of the kitchen surface in your parents' house?
Brown.
Brown. Was it
Brown?
wood? Is it a wooden?
No,
Did it look like a tree, but flat?
I don't know what it's made of, but it's...
Is it Formica?
Might be Formica.
Wooden Formica. Your parents have got wooden Formica tabletops. Why don't you use your television money and treat them, you
So there's a walnut in your parents' house.
Yeah, there
you,
is.
for whatever reason, maybe hunger, want to open it.
Yeah.
There's a sledgehammer.
Why is the sledgehammer in your mum and dad, apart from the fact that he knew you were coming round?
I had to go and find the sledgehammer.
Where was it in
It was
the
in
end?
the garage.
Right.
We couldn't find any nutcrackers.
Well, your parents... Your parents were witnessing this?
Yes, I wasn't on my own in my parents' house, smashing away at my hand like a maniac.
It seems to me that on the evolutionary scale between nutcracker and sledgehammer, there are some other things you might find lying about the house. I wouldn't...
Well, and 3 shattered iPads later, I found the sledgehammer.
Who was there, by the way, in this? Who was witnessing this?
There were... my parents were there, my brother, his wife, my wife.
Peter Gabriel.
David's not going to get that joke. Do you want me to explain? Are you all right with that, David?
Sledgehammer.
Oh, sledgehammer! Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'll rephrase that. Rob and David aren't going to get this joke.
I have no idea, but there wasn't anyone called Peter Gabriel.
OK, now, we know that this story ends with you in accident and emergency.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, I'd cracked a few nuts with this sledgehammer, and then maybe I got a bit cocky.
Oh.
And I, you know, and I left my thumb in the way.
Oh no!
And it was carnage.
Sorry, there's a really... The thumb. Can we have a look? All right.
No.
When was this before we looked? This Christmas, just gone.
It was this Christmas, yes.
So they should look pretty bad, this thumb.
Well,
shouldn't
actually,
it? What happened? Was it?
You'll find there's absolutely no visible scar. And neither is there on that one.
What a credit to our National Health Service, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone was absolutely marvellous.
It's weird.
One might almost say miraculous.
Did they say any bones were broken in your thumb?
They X-rayed it, and fortunately not. They said, in a few months, you won't be able to tell this has happened.
Of course. In essence. Hey, they were right. No. They were spot on.
All right, what are you thinking, Lee? Has this been the truth, has he made it up?
There's bits of it, but...
Well, the bits that are true are that he's got thumbs.
I believed everything until we looked at his thumbs.
There's nothing
And
there.
then I was like, that man not only has not hit himself in the thumb with a sledgehammer, but I don't think he's picked up anything in weeks.
Lie, don't you?
I would say that it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie.
I was sacked from my job in a call centre for repeatedly using different accents on the phone.
David's team.
Who were you in a call centre for? Who did you work for?
I was working for Royal Mail.
Royal Mail.
Yes.
And what sort of call do you get? Where's my post?
It was a while ago, and you used to not have Google, and people used to ring for postcodes.
What's your favourite accent to do?
So obviously Welsh is easy, so...
Would you do the accent of the postcode?
So, yeah, that would... Sometimes you could do that.
So, OK, I'll be the person who
Okay.
needs my postcode.
Okay.
That does sound like a pre-Google phone, I'll give you that.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Bwla da.
I need a postcode, please.
That's nice.
Oh, are you Welsh as well?
Dim eich hyfforddian.
Oh, nachi nawr I bydd y Mair. Ac y Mair sitting at a panel ac I got a moron to your left.
Can you give me the full address, please?
All right. 14 Mac Avenue.
Oh, now where's that now?
It's just round the corner from Success Street.
14 Mac Avenue, Deadsville, Nowhere Town.
I'm afraid...
Oh, it is in Wales.
Oh, yes, that's very near Swansea. The postcode you require is S for Sugar, W for Wilson, 8, R for Robert, B for Bertie.
That's a lot nearer Wimbledon than I expected. SW.
Well, I wasn't always right.
David, why don't you make an inquiry?
OK. Hello.
Well, hang on, you've got to ring her first.
That's really good.
The sooner this is privatised, the better.
Hey there, hello, hi.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to speak to an American.
No, I know, it's exciting. I just came over here and I got myself a job.
That's very good. That's
Were
very
you
good.
working 9 to 5, by any chance?
How can I help y'all?
Well, I would
How
like...
y'all doing there? You have a nice day? It's so hot here in London, I can't tell you. I'm sweating like a pig.
Well, hang on, it's not one of those lines, is it? Yeah, it's real hot here. I might just get out of these hot clothes. In which case, at the other end, you'd hear, really? Oh, gosh, well, I certainly wasn't expecting that. So how did they discover that you were doing these voices?
I didn't know, but they were listening in to check.
For training purposes?
And so they were listening in for a week on me.
Look, I have as much of a sense of fun as the next man. But that's...
I hope it's not him.
That's very disrespectful to your employers.
They were paying me, like, $4.60 an hour, I think.
Well, work more hours.
Work more hours, save up, you can go on a cruise.
So what did they say to you? What did they say to you?
They took me aside, and there was going to be, like, Christmas break, and they just said, we're asking everyone back after Christmas, but we're not asking you. I should have said, that's fine, sugar, I don't even care. But,
So what do you think? Claude?
No, you have to say it out loud.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
They wouldn't wait a week to fire her. I'd have fired her immediately.
I think it's believable that you could be that bored in a phone centre.
I'm leaning towards true.
OK, you're saying it's true. Carry on. Truth or lie?
it's true.
Yes, it's true. Carriad was sacked from her job for using different accents.
When I worked in a school, I locked another teacher in a cupboard to teach him a lesson.
Oh. What did you teach?
Humanities.
Humanities? I thought you were going to say humans, then. Humanities. What age were the kids? I'm checking out your teaching credentials before we get to the other bit of the story.
Yeah, all good. Secondary school kids.
Secondary school?
Yeah,
and where in the country was this?
In the West Midlands.
West Midlands, right, OK. You're a teacher, aren't you? Does all that stack up?
I'm not anymore, Lee.
You used to be a teacher, didn't you?
I'm a well-known comedian.
Are you? I genuinely thought you were a celebrity teacher, that's why you were here. I thought you were from that thing about teaching people in Yorkshire. Is that right? Oh.
Where did you do your teaching degree?
Never mind that. Where'd you do your comedy gigs? Why did you lock the other teacher in? Was it a cupboard?
Yeah, it was the humanities cupboard, yeah.
Why did you lock him in there?
Me and him had beef on site.
Had beef on what?
On site.
Is that a sandwich?
No. As soon as we locked eyes, I knew there was going to be an issue because he thought he was the most popular teacher amongst the kids. So I turned up at school, and within a week, I was the most popular teacher in school.
Big
he was
head.
very... Listen, I'm just
What
saying...
made you such a popular teacher?
I was like the Pied Piper of literacy. Kids would follow me around everywhere like, yo, sir.
That is quite a claim. Pied Piper of literacy? In the humanities department?
That's correct.
Ignore humanities. Come and read my novels, children.
Yeah, and so obviously the reputation's going around school, like, yeah, sir, taught me how to use full stops and that, he's a sick guy. So...
That is a sentence that has never been uttered by anybody under the age of 21. He taught me how to use full stops, he's a sick guy.
Yeah. How long did you lock him in a cupboard for?
Actually, here's part of the story that you need to know fundamentally. The reason why I chose him to lock him in the cupboard on that day is because I knew it would make him late for his lesson observation.
Observation?
Yes. So a lesson observation is essentially how teachers are judged on how good they are as teachers, yeah? It's not based on how you move these children on emotionally, spiritually, how you build them as human beings. It's a 15-minute window in which a waste man that can't teach themselves comes in and judges you. That's not right.
So you locked him in so he'd get into trouble on his Oh.
Yeah, I did. Should I tell you why?
Please do.
He started spreading a rumour amongst the senior leadership team that I wasn't marking my students' books.
Right. Is that bad?
I wasn't, but that's not the point. You know what I mean? Greg, no snitching on other teachers, right?
And what was the upshot of all of this? Did you let him out? Did he escape?
Is he still there?
No, I did let him out eventually. I just wanted to ensure that he was late for that lesson observation because that means you're looked upon very harshly by the senior leadership team that he had been snitching me out to. So, you know, fair, square, squares, you know what I'm saying?
If you were capable of locking a man in this cupboard, surely a kid could have got locked in there and it would have been a health and safety disaster.
Yeah, I banged a couple of them in there as well every now and then. But
All right, what are you thinking?
I'm saying it's true.
Lucy? Do you need rebooting?
I'm going to say it's a lie.
Are you?
I just find it implausible.
Do you believe people can have beef on site?
I'm persuadable. I don't feel so strongly about it.
Well, they say it's true.
You can say it's true. OK. Guz, were you just telling us the truth or were you telling us a lie?
I was telling...
After just one lesson, I had to give up learning the guitar because I found my teacher too good-looking.
David Steve.
How old were you when you had these lessons?
30... something. I'd say it was 3 years ago.
It's well known you can't learn anything after the age of 27. That's it. Whatever you can do when you're 27, that's what you do. Forget anything else.
How is parenting going, Dave?
Was it a man or a woman, your teacher?
Which is funnier. It was a man.
And were you attracted to him, or you just found him objectively so good-looking that you thought this is intimidating?
I am recently married. This is a threat to me. My wife booked me some lessons as a gift. He came to my house. I felt he was too good-looking to exist in my house, and I simply never phoned him about the second lesson.
Paint a picture for us of this man, maybe using Lee as a base point.
I mean, if you can picture almost the opposite.
There's no need to go that far, John.
He arrived on a bicycle. That upset me. Sweating. Guitar on his back. He was Spanish. That upset me. Very ahead of my time there, Brexit-wise. This was before the vote. In fact, I actually organised the vote as a way of getting him out of the country. Said something like, "Can I bring my bike into the house?" I mean, I was all a quiver.
Yeah.
I think I said, "You can bring whatever you like, Alberta."
But a visual, I want a visual picture. I mean, what
colour were his
short?
eyes?
Have you ever seen a sunset?
Was your wife clearly thrilled to see him?
She was upstairs, luckily.
And why the guitar? Are you into guitar, or does she just want you to play guitar?
I want to learn the guitar.
You don't need to learn an instrument to be in a band, do you, Aston?
You can sell, like, 10 million records without playing a guitar, so you'll be fine.
Boom! What do you think? Is he telling the truth?
Oh.
What do you think?
Well, I did think it was the truth, because the little I know of you, you seem like you could be worried enough to feel that.
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm not sold.
So if you could move to true, that would really help me out.
For you, I'll move to true.
Oh,
Brilliant.
no, the pressure.
That means I don't have to think. True. Yeah.
Saying true. John,
come on.
truth or lie?
It is true.
It's true. John did stop having guitar lessons because he found his teacher too good-looking.
I once broke into a convent and stole food from some nuns.
Please do.
When did this happen?
When I was hungry. Quite hungry. Which was when I was young and didn't have any money.
How young?
Not 18, 19.
Was it just you, or was there anyone else involved?
A friend helped me.
And what did you steal?
I stole vegetables.
Vegetables?
Stole
When was
vegetables?
Is it the 19th century?
Well, because it's nuns. Nuns grow things in gardens.
Well, they do on TV, but in real life they go to Asda.
All nuns grow vegetables.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No.
I can't imagine a nun not growing vegetables.
If you can name a nun who doesn't grow vegetables, then go ahead.
Trevor Nunn.
What I did was, while she distracted them at the door, I snuck round into their garden, which they do have, it's not just on TV, and stole vegetables.
Dug them up?
No, you don't dig up all vegetables. There are some hanging.
Like what?
Beans.
You're milking a cow now. Is there a cow there as well? Don't worry, we'll get some milk while we're at it. So you lived near this nunnery?
No, we had to drive there.
Why, if you were poor, did you have a car?
She had a car.
Right, so...
How did you get 2 syllables out of poor? You almost got more syllables than there are letters.
How far was the car journey, Jennifer?
About 40 minutes, I
You
suppose.
drove for 40 minutes? Just doing a heist.
It was a heist.
It would have cost you more in petrol to just go and buy potatoes and tomatoes.
Not in 1980, no. Petrol was quite cheap.
What do you think? Does this sound as though it could be true?
No way.
So, Steph, you think it's a lie. Joe,
Yeah.
which way?
Yeah, I think it's a lie.
I think it's true.
No.
Just the one syllable.
What, that you...
I was waiting for the rest of it.
So what's it going to be?
I have to go with the majority, even though I feel it's true.
OK, they say it's a lie. Jennifer, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
I once had to break into my own flat halfway through a haircut.
David. Oh, interesting. So, tell us the scenario.
I was having a haircut.
Where were you having a haircut?
On the doorstep of my flat.
Now, that's an unusual location to have a haircut.
You know why? Because he didn't want to clean the hair that was on the floor in the flat, so it's outside, so just to push it.
Yeah, I can understand why you might
The
have
more work you can do for me, Fred, the more... thank you very much. Yes, that's why.
Why weren't you in a hairdresser's or barber shop?
Do you want to take this one, Fred? Appreciate that. Didn't have much money at the time, and my flatmate was pretty sure that she could cut my hair. She was pretty confident.
But why outside?
Because if you do it inside, you've got to sweep up all the hair. It's too messy. We thought if we did it outside, we wouldn't have to do that.
But was there a plug?
Huh?
Was there a plug outside? Was it clippers, scissors?
Oh, it was just scissors. That's all we had.
So it was an acoustic, as it were.
Yeah, it was an acoustic haircut, unplugged session.
What was the haircut?
Well, it was meant to be something close to this, but as it got interrupted halfway through, so it ended up that it was short at the front, short at the back, and kind of like that at the side, like quite long. Like someone took a mullet and went like that.
Yeah.
So she wasn't trained as a hairdresser?
In no way, shape or form.
And you did not mind that she was going to cut your hair?
It was an adventure.
Were you high?
Was I?
High?
No, we were on the bottom of the flat. We were...
I love that.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you very much.
They don't respect this kind of stuff, but I love that.
Now, you said that you were interrupted. What was the interruption?
Oh, well, we realised that we'd locked ourselves out the flat because a cat wanted to get in the front door. Asked each other, you got your keys?
Ah.
Neither of us had brought our keys out.
Was it your cat?
No, it wasn't our cat. It was just a cat wanted to get in the door, and we weren't going to be like, who you visiting?
So this is not the door to your flat. This is the door to the block of flats.
Yeah, we were outside, like outside.
So which floor did you live in?
I think we're on the 3rd floor.
So how did you get up there?
We asked some builders for a ladder. I asked them first, and they said no. And then my friend asked them, and they said yes. And at the time, I was all like, I was a bit stupid. And I was like, they're just letting you because you're a girl. And then she pointed out, you've got half a haircut and no shoes on.
Did you consider, when you noticed you've been locked out,
yes.
did you consider finishing the haircut before trying to get back in?
I had to be in central London quite soon for a gig. And my wallet and everything was in the flat. I wouldn't be able to travel there. So I needed to act now. So I couldn't finish the haircut. Luckily, I'm a comic and I'm allowed to look silly.
All right, what are you thinking?
I don't think so. Why would you get somebody to cut your hair with scissors? I mean, if it was clippers and you had a haircut like me, I'd understand, but with scissors...
I mean, it's got to be a liar.
My team think it's a lie. I can see why they think it's a lie.
You're happy to go with lie?
We're happy to go with lie.
OK. James, were you telling the truth, or was it a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Oh. It's true. James did break into his own flat halfway through a haircut, and we have a picture of the haircut.
Oh, my God.
To make sure I went down as an all-time school legend, I deliberately scored a spectacular own goal in our end of term cup final.
David's team.
Okay. You just wanted to make a name for yourself?
Yeah, I wanted to, be memorable,
Okay.
No one really remembers the kind of average guy, but they remember that kind of, the wacky guy scored an own goal.
The idiot.
And the idiot, yes.
So what was the reaction to you? What was that? What was
Well, first, it's like, my team were like, what are you doing? Like, this is ridiculous. But, afterwards, they were like, that was legendary, mate,
How long after? Sort of like 5 years after?
Yeah, around 5-10 years later. But the thing is, though, the reason why it was so spectacular is it wasn't just a normal own goal. I didn't just, it was a kind of a scissor kick. Now, you're looking at me and going, this isn't the physique of a football player.
That's absolutely right.
If you see me on, like, Soccer AM or some other shows, you'll see that I've got techers, mate. You know what they say, you either, was it die a hero or live long enough to become a villain? So I was like...
Who says that?
Is that... I think I got the quote wrong. Is that the quote?
Not quite.
You know what I mean.
In the
ask you a question? What were you known for at school before that incident?
I was...
misquoting people.
I was complete, like, school clown. I actually got an award for bunking in school. I was never there. They gave me the early bird award. I used to turn up in the morning, sign in, and then go out. I did stuff like that. I was
The
zany.
teachers gave you a prize?
Yeah, at the end of, like, year 11.
Had they fully understood their role?
Looking back, I don't think they did, because I was really proud of that award.
So, well, it's, in a sense, the school is at fault if this is true, because they've established an educational environment where doing what is ostensibly the opposite of the aim of any exercise is to be rewarded.
Yeah.
So you said, no, I'm not going to do the obvious thing and score in the opponent's goal. And how many serial killers went to your school?
I quite enjoyed the vision there of Parents' Night. First Parents' Night for you two, I think that school is going to be trembling.
Yeah.
Well, you say that. If you look at that line-up there, doesn't it look as if they're just dropping their Greg off at university? Yeah, Victoria. He's not your biological son. You are David's far more beautiful, younger second wife. And you don't get on with Greg, that's coming across. So what are you going to say?
Oh, Greg, you must know more about football than we do.
I think it's true. I think he's a big enough clown to have done that.
What do you think?
I think if Greg thinks it's true, let's say true.
I think it's true.
Okay. She's trying to bond with her stepson.
Asim, was it true or were you telling a lie?
It was... a lie.
I once negotiated the Home Office budget whilst crawling through a children's ball pit.
Right. David, what was your job at that point?
I was the economic advisor to the Chancellor to the Treasury, and so my job to sort out public spending.
When you say negotiated it, who else was in the ball pit?
I was the only person employed by the government in the ball pit, but I was on the phone to number 10 Downing Street to argue about money.
Do you have children?
Yeah.
Why had you gone into the ball pit? Was it for a private sort of ball area to discuss the Home Office budget, or were the children you were responsible for getting in trouble with the ball?
There was a younger one which was in quite a lot of trouble.
So you'd gone into the ball pit to extricate some ball-based crisis?
On the phone.
So the call started before you went into the
I'm
ball
just
pit.
sitting there having a coffee.
Yep.
So what was the crisis?
Phone rings. David Blunkett wanted more police officers.
What was the crisis in the ball? What was the political crisis? What was the problem in the ball pit that made you go in?
Yeah. There was screaming and cries for help. It was a blockage.
And there are tunnels and things, are there?
Tunnels and slides, and
right.
the way it works is you have ball pit, tunnels, kind of ladders, all
This is
sorts
Tommy
of stuff.
Cooper impression.
Ball
pit, tunnels, tunnels, ball pit, tunnels.
Can I just ask, was the blockage balls or was it a child?
I think
And if you
was,
went in there, wouldn't you have caused a bigger blockage?
It was... But sometimes you just got to go in.
Who has rung you up?
Jeremy Hayward. He was the principal private secretary to the Prime Minister, and he's now the Cabinet Secretary. The problem was David Blunkett wanted the police officers, we didn't have enough money, and Jeremy was ringing me to try and sort out the problem. And I'm on the phone, and suddenly the cry comes, and do I admit to Downing Street that I'm in a children's ball player, or do I try and bluff it out? I didn't want to admit that I was more focused on children's ball areas than sorting out...
You're right about that, Ed. That wouldn't have helped.
So let's go through the phone call. I will be the person... Who was the person that called you?
Jeremy Hayward.
Jeremy
He's the
Hayward.
Cabinet Secretary of the country.
OK, so and what sort of person is he? Give me something to work with.
Nice guy. So he rings up and says, we've got a problem.
No, Ed, you don't understand. I want the voice. Is he northern, southern, old, young?
Sounds exactly like Tom Jones.
Excellent. So listen, Where is he? Old, young, north, south?
My age.
Your age, quite old. He's north, south.
At the time we were young.
You were young.
He's sort of southern, I would say.
OK, Ed,
Senior civil servant.
Ed, we've got a real problem. Oh, look, he's working up there.
So I'm like this.
OK.
And I'm talking to him, I'm saying, you know...
I'll play a ball blockage.
And then I'm saying...
Be a child,
I'm
then.
saying...
Help!
It's not clear, it's not clear its value... It's not clear... It's not clear its value for money.
I'll tell you what, there's your publicity shot.
So, Ed, how did this all resolve itself? Did
We got
you
the police
solve...
officers in the end, but not the...
No!
Ed, we're not so concerned about we're worried about the children. The children. I mean, I'm wondering, do you still have access to them?
Basically, I grabbed the legs and I pulled.
Yeah?
Pulled him out.
Out he came.
And was it your child?
What do you think?
This is entirely possible.
It is?
Yeah.
I think it's true.
The only thing that makes me doubt it, really, is the coincidence of the balls at the location and the balls in Ed's surname.
That's why you doubt it?
That's why I doubt
Really?
it. Yes, because that's what makes it something that someone would have invented and written on a card to be read out for a television programme.
What do you think, Kimberly? Does it sound truthful to you?
There's a big part of me that does think it's true. Yes. Because I think that Ed Balls, every time he talks about things, the job comes first.
Oh, always.
So I could see him kind of going through the ball pit, making sure that this sort of came first, but still making sure, because he's a lovely guy, making sure the kids are okay.
He's a great guy.
You're the captain, but if your only quibble is the pun of balls and balls, then I think we should ignore that and move forward.
I think it may be too late to ignore it. You both think it's true. We'll say true.
You're going to say it's true. OK. Ed, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. Ed did negotiate a Home Office budget whilst crawling through a ball pit.